So I've been doing a lot of that, and I feel that I have felt like I'm on the verge of the manifestations for some time. So I'm curious.
But you see, that very sentiment, on the verge of a manifestation that hasn't manifested, takes you right out of the vortex. You can't have it both ways. In other words, you can't be in the vortex and actively aware of the absence of something that you want. So you have to find a way to find the emotional presence of what you want. In other words, you have to be as turned on by the existence of your interest in the manifestation as you are in the manifestation itself. Ooh, I love being interested in this.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like, have you ever sat and looked through a catalog? If you're alive on this planet, you have. Looking through a catalog, have you ever felt a lift in looking through a catalog? That's because the interest in this, the interest is an in the vortex vibration. But now, have you ever looked and turned so many corners down that you got overwhelmed? Or turned so many corners down that you realize there's not enough money or space in the world for all this stuff you've earmarked? Have you ever looked at the catalog long enough that it's no longer life-giving? It sort of just wears you down. It's like, well, what we're getting at is that when you are in the vortex, feeling interested, the manifestation is on the way. When your interest shifts to concern or awareness that it hasn't manifested, now you're practicing a different vibration. And it's practicing the vibration of abundance or practicing the vibration of alignment that you're reaching for. You getting that? We sort of tiptoed into a new place here. Bring us further with it.
Well, like I said, I feel like I do that. And
do what?
I really enjoy the feeling of just being in alignment, and I practice it regularly. But what tripped you up was the verge of manifestation. See, it's that manifestation thing that trips you up every time, because if you don't care about being on the verge of manifestation, if the manifestation isn't an issue, the emotion is the issue. You're not on the verge of feeling interested, you're there. You're not on the verge of being happy, you're there. You're not on the verge, you're wholly there. And if you're wholly there, then it has to manifest. But it's this awareness, it's this needing, it's this getting in the vortex in order to make something happen that hasn't happened that throws you out of the vortex. Yeah.
So what we're trying to convince you in is the deliciousness of the knowing and the feeling of the vortex. We're not kidding you when we say everything that you want is about that feeling anyway. So why not go straight to the feeling, leave out all the hard work of manifesting and storing the stuff and hauling it around and insuring it. Just leave all of that out of it and just feel the thrill of the interest, feel the thrill of the knowing. And we promise you, we're not trying to talk you out of manifestation. The manifestation will come. That's just how it comes. That's why, haven't you been annoyed? We know you have at one time or other in your life. How the rich just keep getting richer. It is so unfair. Why is that? Why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? It's because the rich are not offering a vibration of poor. And then people say, well, that's my point. They're rich, so they focus like rich people focus, and then more rich comes to them. And we say, yes, but you don't have to be rich to focus rich. You don't have to be abundant this red hot minute. You just have to find a way of feeling abundant, you see. And the universe, we got to tell you, the universe will follow you round in a concierge-like attitude, opening doors and rolling out red carpets for you in ways that you can't hire done. In other words, when you start practicing the in the vortex emotions and you begin to see what this incredible universe is able to orchestrate for you now that you are an emotionally cooperative component, you'll never again have the conversation about being on the verge of it, because you'll be so full of the present tense unfolding of it. It's not like saving up for some big event. Everything is a big event. Oh, wonderful conversation with that person on the elevator. Feels so good moving down the street in my vehicle. Oh, magnificent weather showering down around me. Ooh, good ideas flowing in and out of my mind. Loving people surrounding me. Good meals everywhere I go. In other words, when you get tuned in to the frequency of this vortex, the kinds of things that we've been talking about become a non-issue. There's no effort. The vortex just takes you in. Esther says it's like being under the spell of something so wonderful and so powerful that it just says, here, loved one, here, loved one, here, loved one, here, loved one, oh, here, loved one, here, loved one. Ooh, you like that? Here's more. That feels good. Here's more. Think it can't get any better? It can. Here's more. It's like that.
Yeah, I feel it. And I have said for a long time, I feel like I live a charmed life because I feel those feelings. And so from where I am, is there anything that you can share that might help me move forward?
Just catch you in your on the vergenesses. When you catch yourself feeling that something that isn't yet is about to happen. In other words, there's a fine line between anticipation and expectation. In other words, anticipation, positive anticipation and negative expectation. Expectation, what you expect. You want to train your expectancy into wonderful things. We want you to know as we know what you are capable of living fully. We want you to sniff it out with your emotions and embrace it so fully when you find those moments. Like right now, you know what's going on right now? As you're listening to us, you are practicing the vibration of your unmanifested but nevertheless true reality of well-being, you see. And a lot of it's manifested, but you're feeling the vibration of so much that's in your vortex. And if you could just maintain this feeling, you know what we're talking about. You're feeling it, aren't you? You can feel it because you know we know it. And when you know we know it like we know it, when we're focused on you knowing what we know, you know it. Don't you know it? You know it. You know it. You can't not know it. You cannot have been here listening to it and not know it, at least to a degree, in the way that we know it, you see. So as you just milk that, as you just milk what you know, then the universe says, well, this amplifies it and this amplifies it. Here's evidence of this. Here's evidence of this stable vibration. Here's evidence of this stable, chronic, in the vortex vibration that you've got going on. What you're living, what's manifesting is always evidence of the stable vibration you got going on. And you have the ability to improve it all day, every day. All day, every day.
Yeah.